In 10 seconds, definitely we should be online.
We
I got the
count.
prompt. I think we're here.
Okay, good. So hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
As usual, Andrey, Kirk, and myself, Nick. Let's continue some hacking online. And I wanted to share my negative, not negative, like annoyment
Feedback.
about feedback. Yeah. So like I a little bit annoyed that I work too much and read hackers less. And I just learned right before this session that the work let me show you actually. Why not? So I committed. Tom Lane committed work. I vibe coded in January, right? For it went to Postgres 18. It's a small patch about no policies in pgdump, pgrestore. It was committed, but now I just looked at commit fast quickly and I saw that there's a follow-up work. So this change went to 18, which is now beta 2, right? A couple of weeks ago it became beta 2, maybe a week ago. And yeah, obviously fixes are needed because I forgot about comments, right? So many thanks to I probably won't pronounce it properly. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce, but obviously this is good work to fix this. And should we blame AI because as I said, vibe coded it? Is it cursor fault or mine? Okay, I accept. Like it's mine. It's mine.
We,
Like
we
definitely.
can't even beat it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It won't work.
Yeah.
It's funny when you ask that question because for so many decades, I always push with my team that, we never punish mistakes, we correct them. And so it's like when you think about should I blame AI? And the answer is no, you should just congratulate Jin or Jane, however you say his name, congratulate him for finding it and then make a note that, hey, yeah, next time AI is changing the code, double check. It removed the code. Did it remove the comments that also get added into the SQL?
Yeah. Well, and of course, that code was passed several reviews actually, right? So and
Yeah, yeah.
not
So
only AI reviews but human reviews. But it's okay. This
I
happens. I'm
think
glad. I'm glad it's
we
before release actually, so we have time to patch 18, right?
and Tom Lane committed it.
Right.
Like it kind of got by Tom Lane, and he's like, holy moly, on top of all of this stuff. So yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
I think is this kind of a special review in like generated code. Like when you're reviewing a human, you are looking for like simple mistakes, like silly mistypos and something like that. And if you're reviewing AI code, you're looking for something super tricky that will blow up in a very interesting way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that could be it. But here's the other thing: maybe he's the type of person that he puts comments on stuff by default because he knows it breaks so many things, right? And he just ran a test case, and in his case, he added a comment and saw the comment come through. What's interesting is this is actually hard to find because if you don't go out of your way to use the comment feature, right? Because adding comments to this stuff is a separate DDL line as far as just like comments on a table. And therefore, it's easy to not create your own test. So yeah, cool.
Let's check if John actually created a test.
Oh yeah,
It's a
that's
very quick review, and let's do it. Why
yeah.
not?
Let's do that, and then let's get to that deadlock problem. Cool.
Okay, so Nick, will you download the
Well,
patch and see it?
I'm spreading the link, but also I can do that. Why not? And I'm going to do it manually actually, right? So it's just small patch. Let me find it. Yeah. Well, actually, it's not that small patch. There is also some additional work happening there, and there is
Mhm.
three patches here. So we need to understand what's happening. No security labels. Yeah.
It sounds much more
Yeah,
difficult than we thought.
yeah. It started with simple. Yeah, should not restore policies command. My first thought was, okay, pgdump and pgdump all no policies also should not dump policies comments. It's obviously this is what I expected to add if they forgot it. But now it went to different direction. But maybe we should skip actual review because it will take time for me. And I just see they discuss tests, right? So more Perl tests.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah,
But
there's
what's that
discussion about
problem?
tests.
At the bottom, it says, I found out another problem. The middle paragraph. While playing with PG Restore, no
No
security labels. Does not dump security labels on global.
Global objects, subscription and roles. So
What is
maybe
global objects?
they name okay. I don't know what is global objects. Subscription or roles. Subscriptions, for example, or roles.
I would
So
believe those are things stored in the main PG.
actually, pgdump doesn't dump roles. First of all, right?
Right.
Pgdump all dumps, but pgdump doesn't, as I remember, because they are not belonging to particular database. That's why they're global, right? So I
Mhm.
don't know. Like we need to spend time to dive into context and
So the tests are there actually. Let's
yeah.
just
Tests
check
are
them
there. Rising.
first
Okay, maybe.
first patch. Let's just click it. View.
No, actually, I'll need help writing Perl tests.
Uh, uh-huh.
So yeah, let's. You want to
Mhm.
check the
There are no tests.
no tests here. Yeah,
No
and
tests.
it's admitted that help is needed. Yeah,
We
so they're
tried to
basic.
wipe code Perl tests for mcheck for corruption.
Right.
Perhaps it's difficult and AI did not succeed. It had written some simple tests that were not actually corrupting data. But
Well,
for
corruption is
this
difficult. Corruption is
case,
difficult. Yeah.
we perhaps could wipe code tests. Do you think?
We
What do you
could,
think?
but I will need to change title of our video everywhere because I promised to work on multixacts.
Okay. Okay. Well, we can do
We'll
it when
come
we
back
almost
to this
finish.
next time.
Let's do it next time, and I promise I will do it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
like that. And
Yeah.
just for the record with Perl, a friend of mine says Perl is a write-only programming language.
Right. That's why AI probably is helpful. But I
Vibe
agree.
coding is supposed to be the same one.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, but
It,
we
it just
introduced new term vibe hacking where we actively review the code. So it's not
We understand what
regular
is
vibe,
right in it.
not regular vibe coding where you don't look at into the code at all. So
awesome. So Andrey, introduce the topic we're about to go into with the I forgot if it's it locks up the machine in
Yeah, there is a deadlock on a standby caused by multixact multixacts. And what is multixact? This is like when you are locking a row, you replace xmax with transaction ID of locking transaction. If many transactions, like more than one transaction want to lock a row, a tuple in a heap, it is creating a multixact. So multixact basically it's a combination of many lockers. It doesn't need to survive crash actually. So it doesn't need to be durable, really durable, but it needs to be readable on standby. So we could create something like some in-memory mechanism, but currently multixact is written on a file level bag of locking transactions. That's all the model of this stuff. And the problem is actually maybe you don't even know that you use transactions. So if you're issuing select for update, you're most probably create a multi-transactions. But Many
Select for update.
application
No. I know this topic. Select for share.
select for share, for
key
key update, for key share,
right.
and all
This
that
is
stuff.
what's happening when you update or insert rows which have foreign keys, and you need to lock
Yes.
parent basically, right?
So most application developers do
One
not
second.
care about select for something.
Yeah, they just
And
use foreign keys because
yes,
and maybe they wouldn't use foreign keys, but ORM forces them to use foreign keys. But also select for update also can produce multixacts only if sub-transactions are involved.
no, just
Yes.
you
Select for
don't need.
update. Well, select for update, it locks the row,
Uh-huh.
right? And if you inside the same transaction have save point and then update the same row, basically you have two different transactions, two parts of the same transaction. It's two different transactions. That's why it uses multixact mechanism.
Interesting.
Yes,
Didn't think about it.
I have this in my article, which will become 4 years old, but I took it from another article where performance cliffs related to foreign keys and multixacts were explored. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And this gets into that era about exhausting the number of transactions.
It's different.
Oh no! Wow.
It's one
okay.
more. That is like multixact members exhaustion. Here we talk about hitting multixact SLRU. And Andrey did the great work 4 years or 5 years to make a SLRU tunable. But it's a big question if you have quadratic behavior. It's a big question how much you can put there to move performance cliff away from you enough. So it's like it's interesting topic. There are several performance cliffs here, but you discuss different thing.
Yeah. So it is multi-exact system is implemented on top of SLRU. This is basically like a queue of objects that are addressable by 4 bytes, and this queue have a head and a tail, which are moving around 32 bits. And
circular buffer.
yes, it's a circular buffer of 4 gigabytes, and you have multi-exact offsets, which is telling how big is current multi-exact and where it is located in members SLRU. And members SLRU is basically transactions that are combined in multi-exact. So when you allocate new multi-exact, you move a tail of offsets SLRU. When you do a vacuum, when you allocate new, you move ahead of SLRU. And when you're doing vacuum, you are moving tail of offsets SLRU. And when you want to read multi-transaction, you read your offset and offset of a next multi-transaction. So you need to know which members do you want to read. And you have to know member of a multi-transaction that you read and member of next multi-transaction. That's an important part. So you actually need to read 2 multi-transactions when you are reading one. Because it's a way to save space inside the SLRU for keeping these transactions together. And another problem with it is when you are dereferencing multi-transaction. So you are running a select query that is finding a row inside the table and want to say, do I see this row? Or, is it visible to me? We have to dereference multi-transaction, and this multi-transaction is always created before it is used. But next multi-transaction might be still not created. It might be allocated, but not filled yet. And in this case, you have to wait until it is written by another backend that is currently allocating it. So you have a head of this SLRU, which points to next place where multi-transaction will be allocated. If you see that next transaction is exactly head, you know that you have to read from your offset until head. But if next is not head was moving, and next is still 0, not filled, you know that some other backend is currently writing this multi-transaction, and you have to wait a bit, and it will appear. That's how it works. On primary. On a standby, if you want to see some row, you have to dereference your multi-transaction. It's always written before. So multi-transaction is written in wall before it is used, before it's written that is used in heap. So if you are reading your own multi-transaction, it is in already there. But next multi-transaction might be not written yet. And it will be written soon by startup process. But startup process might want to do something else. And when you are reading a tuple from a heap page, you are locking this heap page. And because you are locking this heap page, startup process cannot change this page. It have to wait until you release a lock of a page. So basically, you want to read the page, that's why you lock it. And while reading the page, you want to check visibility. To check visibility, you must consult multi-transactions. And to read multi-transactions, you must wait for startup process that must wait for a select. This is the circular dependency, which
Deadlock.
that's totally normal. That's how Postgres works. Startup process just see that, I have a deadlock with some other reader. It can happen totally without multi-transactions. But how it is working? Startup process sees this loop and send the cancel request to offending process that is in the deadlock loop. And it will just cancel a select, even if
why not replication? Let's cancel replication. I'm joking.
Yeah, wrong thing to cancel.
We can wait a bit in the replication, but replication is not holding a lock. Someone is waiting when replication will happen.
Right.
And if we want replication to proceed, we have to cancel with someone. So if you cancel replication, you can cancel it forever. So just
but select will
still wait.
Will still wait, exactly. It will wait for nothing.
So
it's better. It's worse than regular deadlock.
Why it's worse? Because select at that point of multi-transaction is holding lightweight lock and prevents any check for signals, especially for cancels. So we just don't hear that someone is trying to us to cancel.
Yeah, so we can't get canceled. So we kind of have this thing because, again, this is happening on not the primary server. This problem actually happens on the replication side.
Yeah.
And the database in that mode stays in this startup mode where it keeps applying log file changes and keeps applying them. So it's in this init mode that a normal database gets out of. And once it's out of that, the problem tends to go away. But because it's trapped in this init mode, when other things are reading from the database, they can place a lock on the same page we need to access. At the same time, they might need to access it for a transaction reason and say, hey, can I actually use this? And now we've got the deadlock you just described. So then, and the problem is we're in a loop that we don't want to get the signal for hang up or disconnect, right, or stop. And then so the select is busy. Now we can tell the select to stop, but is it in a spot where it's actually waiting and it's not listening, like you said? So you kind of just said this, that even the select isn't going to stop because where it's stuck waiting for this is in this timer code that we looked at the last time we talked about this, right? And that's where it's roughly waiting. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. Forgive me for summarizing that. I just, for the slow kids.
That's good, and it helps me to understand what we are doing. And the interesting thing that the log doesn't require existence of primary server. just a sequence of wall records that can be written somewhere in archive, and you are doing point in time recovery, and some select flies in and stops it forever.
Hmm.
Great.
And
And
you
this
don't
affects
need
all
connection.
this
That-
affects all
yes.
versions.
I don't know. I have reproduction for 17. We will check it right now soon.
Sounds good.
We will
I just wanted to conclude that everyone should stop using foreign keys right now to avoid this. Yeah.
Stop
So
using
foreign keys make
standbys.
this worse. Is
Foreign
the
keys
admission.
generate multixacts, the main generator in nature. Foreign keys.
Stop using computers. Oh my God. Or
Well,
electricity.
you know my approach with subtransactions. Stop using subtransactions.
Stop using atoms. I don't know.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
whatever. So what's interesting? Like normally when you're coding some subsystem, you understand that you have to check for interruptions. So and heap subsystem is checking for interruptions from time to time. And SLRU subsystem is checking for interruptions from time to time. And multixact subsystem is checking for interruptions from time to time. But the thing is, interruption hold off was caused by a heap and is preventing another subsystem. It is preventing multixact subsystem from checking for interrupts. So we cannot fix it in multixact subsystem. We cannot fix it in startup. And I don't have enough experience to say that, like, hey, this is a bug in a heap. Because it's heavily optimized code that is vectorized actually in heap. This is the code that is written single pages. Super core code that is like, I'm afraid to touch it. I can like move a logs a bit so everything will work. But it's tricky place where I will need a review of very, very many hackers. Like,
But I found a discussion which is happening in hackers and where you participate and you are sending some patches, right?
yeah.
It's for a production only for now, right? Or already with some
No.
fixes.
Oh, yes, I have a fix. Let me show you a fix.
Yeah, great.
Let me show you a reproduction.
Perfect. Reproduction first, then we'll fix it.
Yes. Let's see where I am. I'm here on a fix already, but I need to go where the reproduction is. Check out. So the crucial part of reproduction is these two lines.
Share your screen.
I didn't share it yet. Oh.
I'm very
Sorry.
curious what's the probability to step on this rake in production.
I shared wrong screen. Let's try it again. Do you see a code?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
So here are two lines that are crucial for reproduction. The thing is, like, we allocate new multixact member, which is basically just an increment of some lock, like next plus plus. I want to find it. Where is it?
The offset is being incremented
Yes.
plus plus. It was right there. Oh,
Next offset. What?
right there. So members are being changed,
Mm,
and then okay. So that wasn't it.
Let's scroll it. Yeah, this is plus plus. That's all. Basically, we say that, hey, we have a new multixact. And then we are going to wall log that we allocated new member. And then we record members of multixact. We will log it too. And if we add a random weight here, we will create a schedule of wall records that are used much later than the
Then the current one.
yes. So basically, their visibility on a primary and on standby order of visibility will be very different. So I added these two lines, and also I took
This is to reproduce, right?
workload from hackers from the report and just codified it into test. So here is a test that is doing background pgbench and just execute the same SQL script that was sent to hackers. I didn't change here anything besides that I changed timing to 10 seconds instead of infinite. So no more than 10 seconds is needed to reproduce the problem.
But can you explain again?
And
you are changing server code to reproduce the problem, right? So
yes, I have to change the server code.
So to increase probability, right?
Yes, to increase probability.
Yeah.
So
what is real probability? This is my main question.
Real probability.
Being consultant, like I'm concerned how it can hit.
So here's something that was skipped over. This started because Andrey optimized this from a big sleep to a smaller sleep, which I think is what exposed this problem and caused someone to find it. So now that he's tweaking this, it goes hand in hand with his previous sleep, but now he knows how to force it by adjusting the sleep to make it even worse.
There was no sleep here. No, the sleep did not exist before for the patch. So it basically it is just few instructions, fewer nanoseconds, with almost no variance.
Okay.
So if everything is perfectly scheduled without like this random sleeps, it's impossible to see this error. But you can have a operating system scheduler that will interrupt backend process anywhere between this line and this line. So what do I mean? Here is a line that is picking the next identifier, and here is a line that is wall logging it. And essentially, we are giving some scheduler on some order of these numbers on primary, and by introducing random delay, another order of visibility on standby. I would say that probability is compared like 2 nanoseconds, 2 nanoseconds against 1,000 of microseconds. So
it's really
one millisecond.
But
the crucial part is randomized. So probability to actually get to this situation when you have different order of multixacts and they are combined with a select that is viewing it when so when this sequence of actions is replayed, some select needs to fly in this. So standby is redoing this row and this row. And when it is redoing, someone will have to read this multixact, not this nearby multixact. So it's kind of a very narrow window. I can I can tell you from a production server, we have a S3 like S3-like storage system that is roughly few million queries per second. Most of them goes to standby. And I saw this problem, I saw report about this problem 3 times. And I never could go and see it myself because like DBA was just killing it with 9. And interesting thing, backend and startup are both in hold off interrupt, so you cannot cancel it, you cannot stop it, you have to kill 9 it.
Yeah.
I remember someone told me that I should not never kill 9 Postgres, and this is that situation when you need to do it on production.
Yeah.
I think that was said on this show.
Yeah, at least it's standby, so like corruption risks are not so high. Like I mean, but is it Postgres 17 or
it's I think any, but we will.
Yeah, let's check. You promised to check
yes.
all versions.
So I added these top tests in Perl. I added it to mcheck, but it doesn't matter actually where it's added. It's just for sake of. I was restoring some of my old tests that have a background pgbench. So in upstream you have background PSQL. If you want to simulate concurrently executing queries from many sessions. But if you want to execute concurrent pgbench, I had to use my old patch with so I was working on something for mcheck. So here I'm running 2 pgbenches. One is on primary, and another pgbench is on standby. Here is a test case for primary. I see there are save points actually.
Yeah, I just was going to say there's a save point. So there's your sub transactions.
I haven't read this scripts actually myself. I just copied them from hackers.
After we make it work, it would be curious to comment out the save point and see if we still have an issue.
So this is exactly the case I described for update, and then update the same row after save point. So basically we have 1 transaction, but physically 2, right?
Okay.
And multixact is involved.
And just a big, huge sequence scan on standby. And this change of randomization, and finally, most important part of a test that we want standby to catch up. If standby can catch up with primary, it means everything's working fine. If standby cannot catch up, then the problem persists. Let's run a test. Make so contrib check. Make check. It's last test, so we will wait like 15 seconds when it will execute normal tests, and then it should hand.
You forgot the -s. The silent.
No, it's already testing. So here is the test. Probably 10 seconds already passed, so we can see. No, it didn't pass yet. Okay, by now probably 10 seconds passed. Let's see if we have a Postgres. Oh, I have many Postgres. Selects are probably on a node that called standby 1. And we have standby 1 waiting for something. We can pick a random. Let's start with debugging startup process. We will db. we see that startup process is trying to resolve conflict. It is sending cancel messages to someone, to some other process. Let's try to see frame 3. So I do not remember how to do it. And usually I'm doing this on production and there is GDB, not on my laptop.
Usually I do
So,
it in production. Yeah,
yes.
this is
So I want to see which process is trying to cancel, but let's try to just pick a random select. Probably it's trying to stop this select. LDB. And this select is trying to dereference multixact to see members, and it's actually waiting for startup process, and this heap get page is holding LW lock. Let's see the code of heap get page. So it has rs buff, which is buffer, and it must be locked when we are entering heap get page. It's checking for interrupts and so on, by the way. I'm wrong, probably. No, by this point, we have released probably lock on a buffer. Here, we checked for interrupts. So if someone is telling us that we should stop scanning our table, we will stop here. Then we are reading some buffer and locking this buffer for share. We are not going to modify anything. And when we are looking this buffer for share, we are holding interrupts, so preventing cancellations. And then we are iterating through the page and want to check visibility of some tuple when we are locking so we cannot drop this lock on the buffer because we need to look at tuples on this buffer. Actually, we can, but that's a long story. And we want to see visibility of this tuple. We could copy this tuple somewhere, drop a lock, and then check visibility. But that would cost us some memory and some time to copy this tuple. So we have to combine reading visibility of a tuple, lock, and probability to deadlock with the standby, with the startup. I don't know. Do we need to diagnose something else and proceed to probable fixes?
yeah, I'm curious about versions still, various versions.
Let's try this reproduction on other versions.
At least one, like 14 maybe.
Let's go as
13, 14.
13 or 12.
12 is already out of
Okay,
life.
makes sense.
13
So
will end on November 13.
we are going to cherry pick this. I will just leave it in history. Check out real 13 stable. I have a relatively stale year-old version in this repository, git pull. And check out again and log. Something fixed in July 22, so yesterday. And now git cherry pick. Something did not work. my pgbench stuff didn't work. Hmm, let's see what's there. I do not understand anything.
What about
Oh.
using the merge editor? Doesn't that show you side by side, bottom button?
The thing is not how it's represented. The thing is, it's
Oh.
Perl. It's read-only or write-only language. Let's do it with cursor. Don't know. Can we ask a cursor? So
Sure.
we will clean everything. Git cherry pick abort. Its status. I will just make it. So here are a lot of changes that will scare it. Git clean xf status. Rem status. Ref. Whatever. I don't know what it had deleted by, but everything should be fine.
Is that the equivalent of kill -9 for get?
Something like that. I've just removed settings from Visual Studio Code while Visual Studio Code is running. Just curious if it will be scared, but it looks like it's not scared at all. Just running. While it is compiling, let's start a cursor. Folder.
Just open a new command window and type cursor.
Does it work?
Yeah, cursor.
No,
Oh,
it doesn't work for me.
You thought about Claude. It's Claude Code, which can be
oh,
launched like this.
Just a moment. Tests are running anyway, so okay. It's running. Let's wait a bit when tests are completed. And why it's taking so much time? I don't know. Every time I start cursor, tests are running for a very long time. Is it a coincidence?
CPU. Not
This
enough.
laptop was very fast a year ago. I know what happened.
Yeah.
Anyway, we want to cherry pick this commit. This is Postgres code base. Range rel something stable. I produced a bug in commit and want in range rel 16 stable. I want to cherry pick it on this branch, but I have a conflict in kernel stuff. Please help me to cherry pick it. Any suggestions? Or just run it?
Yeah. What does cherry pick do? I've never used it.
Cherry pick is
Oh,
taking a commit from another branch and
Hmm.
trying to apply it on top of your current branch. So basically, when I'm working on Greenplum or any other Postgres fork, I'm mostly cherry picking stuff
it's
from
yeah.
another from Postgres history.
I remember this 20 years ago. One of my two first startups, and guys like, okay, we need to cherry pick, and it means like they need like many hours. For me, it was like city. What was meaning like, okay, they need many hours. This is cherry picking. Yeah, because it's like basically it's you still need to understand each line to avoid problems, right?
Yeah, AI needs to understand which
Yeah,
lines.
yeah. These days, yeah.
So the
And
Primeagen guy made a comment about Git. He said, if you think about it, you realize Git is nothing more than a giant undo log.
In Postgres, we travel a lot in history, so it's undo, redo, and all the way like.
Yeah. Yeah,
branches.
because it's a tree. The undo log
Mhm.
is naturally a tree because
Mhm.
every time you break in certain ways until you consolidate back in, right, you can undo segments of the tree. It's crazy. So
And they
interesting.
do you accept them? Yeah, no, you don't accept. It was interesting. No, not to overheat your
Do
left. Yeah, it said the memory bit from last session. Like user prefers not to run tests too often to avoid.
okay, that's too correct.
Yeah,
And what I did?
you already closed it. When I asked
Uh,
exactly when I asked, you closed it. It's okay. I mean, and again, it's not a late thing.
It
Yeah.
wants to connect to GitHub on the right.
GitHub.
Yeah,
No,
you
No,
do.
we don't need it.
Yeah,
we
so
don't
not
need
not
GitHub, so we are just working on the public code, and we don't need to push anything. Everything's local and mostly still in head. Uh, while it's working on reproduction, we can discuss a bit fix that
okay.
I have. Why it's interesting that I have proposed 3 fixes. I will find place a message.
The first fix is the random sleep is always 0. No, I'm
Yeah, it will help, of course, to pass tests. But
right,
so I
right.
proposed three fixes. Like overriding interrupt hold off count. That means that create a special check for interrupts that is checking for interrupts, even it's forbidden to check for interrupts. So
Hmm.
even if our caller modified some important shared memory structure, we still processing interrupts if these interrupts are about recovery. I don't like it. I mean, I don't like to override rules too often. We have a special case of overriding function. I do not remember how it's called, but I didn't even dig further here. But I implemented patch for like overriding hold off interrupts here. And another version is to dig into collect tuples. But the thing is, collect tuples was changing in every single version of Postgres. It's heavily optimized stuff. And we have to prepare at least 6 different fixes for this bug because they look differently. And we will have to have collect reviews of those who modified this function. So that's kind of problematic. And another version is like we acquired shared lock. We are just looking at shared buffers page for like look into it, not changing it. Why do we hold interrupts?
Yeah, if you're not
Technically,
changing, yeah.
yes, if we see it in a code in a log manager, we will see the description. The description is like, this ensures that interrupts will not interfere with manipulation of data structures.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But we took a log of only like share log, not exclusive log. No one have to. No one is allowed to modify this data
Yeah.
structure.
But it should be allowed to kill us, right? Why not?
It's not. What currently it's not.
Yeah, I see why it's not, but why? Yeah, the question is why.
It's just this way.
So
Okay.
this feels to me like a programmer made a safe decision. The programmer thought about it and said, well, if I just hold all interrupts, since I have this
Yeah.
setup, nothing will change. But
Over.
yeah, a little overzealous on this. And the thing is there something one step below hold interrupts at all? Like, right? Or like you're suggesting, now the only other problem is this part potentially shared with somebody that might want something more? And since it's in a lightweight lock, acquire, I don't understand why we need to hold interrupts. I agree with your assessment. I think that we could just look at this one in particular. Now, the only other thing I can say is what came to mind as a hacker was we don't hold interrupts if we're on the recovery server, because the problem doesn't happen in production. So
That's interesting idea. So recovery
right,
server
it's such
is
a
not
safe
needed.
change that way, right? So if we're in the recovery server and we need this lightweight lock, then don't hold interrupts, because it's a lightweight lock and it can only fix this bug. It can't negatively impact the production.
So basically, I tried this patch. If mode is exclusive, just copy it. LW exclusive. Then hold interrupts, and the same for resume interrupts. There is a
Yeah, there should be a resume, right?
resume interrupts. Same here. Just if it was exclusive, so release resume interrupts, and this fix works. Actually, I tried it.
Wow. See, this is proof about beginner's luck. Because it's a reasonable, like, if you think that again, you're isolating it to the problem that was being caused without affecting the primary. But I don't think there's a reason to hold the interrupts just because you get a lightweight lock.
Well, the thing is, when we are
Does it pass the other test if you just comment out the whole?
yes, everything
interrupt?
works just fine. But this is a system-wide change. It will change for every single lock in the system. Probably making it much faster.
Yeah, but if you're only changing it for lightweight locks and you're holding interrupts, what's the risk? I have a lightweight lock and someone interrupts me. When I get interrupted, do I release the lock? What happens if I get interrupted? If someone cancels my
yes, I
query?
will. Yes, the backend will automatically
Clean
release
up.
all locks.
Yeah.
Yes, it will clean up correctly. But this is a system-wide change that we cannot merge into back branches.
Oh, I
And
get that.
we
Yeah.
want it in back branches. This is a huge change, potentially dangerous.
Core, right? Like very core.
Yes.
Interesting.
And so basically I have 3 different fixes and none of them is acceptable.
We need the AI of Tom Lane to join the session and give us some
I
comments.
have an acceptable actually. Later, we discussed this in Instant Messenger with Alvaro Herrera.
Oh, there's an name I recognize.
Yes. So basically, in a private conversation, he told me that like none of this is acceptable, and we have to think more. And in a private conversation, we come up to another idea: modify how we replay wall, so that when we are recovering current multixact, we partially recover also offset of a next multixact. And
Oh, because that would take away the skipping forward read too much, which is part of
yes.
what's causing this problem. Is we're kind of using that optimization hack of reading the next multi-exact. And what's happening here, because of the combination of the fact that these are not real transactions, these are wall replay, and so we get future knowledge faster, and then this randomness coming in. So the challenge is we don't get that stopgap that would have told us, oh no, you're good enough at reading only one transaction in, and then the problem goes away. Oh, that's interesting. So effectively, could this be solved by a special initialization of the next multi-exact? Would be my next question then.
Yes, yes. The problems which is reproduced by a script is gone when we are just doing a small change. I'm just waiting for cursor to finish, and I don't understand what is going on.
Yeah, it's the git command, by the way, is not finishing. So it's giving you a scan to say skip. So I run into this every now and again. Its commands don't work. Maybe it's prompting you.
Ah. Is it generating something?
Yeah, worse would be that it did a git cherry pick and it didn't give you a specific patch to go to.
Something is changed. Very, very. What is going on here? Something modified in LW. Probably our changes in LW log scared it.
Scared cursor.
It looks so. So it was trying to do git cherry pick continue.
Yeah.
It was writing a commit message actually. Let's recover it. Yeah, I understand now. Cursor tried to continue cherry picking, and cherry pick ran Vim to enter commit message, and cursor was not interactive with it.
Yeah. You need to press move to background, and it will open terminal, so you will be able to edit it right there in cursor. So it's possible. Okay. You just if you move back to cursor, just press move to background button. On the, and yeah, and here you have Vim. Yeah, that's it. Collaboration.
So move to background isn't really move to background. Move to background is move to a visible tab that you can get to the terminal.
Yeah.
I see.
It's not super straightforward, but this is how it works. Usually we have merge commit or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I understand it. It should be move to user control.
It's background for chat, you know.
Yeah.
Can I help it? Like it's now stuck. Like it's done already. It seems to done already work that
I don't know why
want.
it's. I don't know.
Just hit stop.
Yeah, I don't know
after
why
you're
it's stuck.
pretty sure.
Let's try to run tests.
Then I
If-
pop back the cursor and hit stop just to stop it from trying to do anything else.
Because who
Because it
knows,
was,
right?
yeah,
No,
right there
it's-
to the right. Put your,
Let us
just move
think a
your
little
mouse.
bit more.
Yeah, stop
Maybe
it, please. No,
Something
Don't
is
let it-
wrong.
thinking.
don't let it break. No, yeah. The worst thing you can have these
Yeah,
things do is think.
You know, I have big issues with ZSH inside cursor. So I see Andrey, you also have ZSH, obviously, because it's default on Mac. So I switched to bash in cursor settings. Since then, I don't have these stack problems anymore.
Yeah, I broke mine in, it'll do PowerShell even, but I set my prompt in PowerShell to have a timestamp, and that timestamp confuses it because it's
You
not the
can
same.
configure various shell options. I don't remember how. I always Google it, but bash works well for me. Like there, it's easy.
Yeah.
And ZSH somehow stuck. I don't know. Maybe there is some another solution to keep ZSH.
Try. Okay, let me help it. Prove tests. Prove tests. These prove tests. Make check. Try. What is it doing now? It found out the cherry pick was successful. Good.
Right.
It was. We help it a little bit. I do not
Oh, look
understand.
at that.
Option is not available in Postgres.
Yeah, the option wasn't available for the testing back then.
But we could use newer pgbench, right?
No, we don't need this report. This
Right.
report, I just copied it
Yeah.
from. Okay, so
It's-
it's running tests now.
Yeah.
So these tests now must have actually.
This test is what?
This test must reproduce the block.
Yeah. If everything is all right. Yeah, I see. On 13. 14, 13.
On 13, yes.
Good.
So let's see if we have this deadlock. We have this select. LDB.
Do you choose any select or you like recognize somehow the particular one?
I just pick it. It's always up in
first one.
PS.
Okay.
I have no idea why, but it's
I
always
see.
there. Let's see others. So this one is waiting for multixact member and is sorting through sleep. And let's check another PID. LDB and it's waiting for. They all are. So it's not necessarily first. And actually, we can see that it took us 124 multi-transaction to reproduce the problem. So probably we don't even need this 10 seconds. We can do it in 1 second or less. But we are not going to commit this test anyway because background pgbench is not committed even in master. So we have a reproduction. Let's fix it.
So it confirms that all current versions have this problem. And what it means if like there are no reports so far, so its probability is quite low.
There are. I saw it a few times. Yes, and the guy who found it in 17, He also has this reproduction, Dmitry.
Okay.
And one more interesting thing is that it's much more probable in 17 because multi-transactions are more performant in 17. So the window for race condition is narrower. If you have this workload, you can increase it many times and get more chances of hitting it
Wow. So
earlier.
this is when you optimize something, but it bites you back, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's fix it in.
It's funny because you described it as the optimization caused the window to be narrower. And in fact, the optimization caused the window to widen. Because, right, as the window got wider for the error to happen, it's like, yeah, it's the inverse to me when I think of that. Am I missing it? Yeah, the window got wider because now you get more of them.
Yes. You can have a more queries with simultaneous queries that are doing the same.
Right,
Mhm.
right. So you get more
And
chance of hitting it because everything's busy doing this work. You're doing more of the work that is at risk of doing it per unit of time.
yeah, and previously selects that are doing a lot of SLRU work on standby, they were much slower, so you use more standbys, thus also reducing probability. So let's fix it. Essentially, we want here something like that of the pair. So we want to fill next transaction with of set plus n members. So we know that next multixact will start at place offset plus number of members. But we want to avoid, we want to do it only in recovery. Is in not this function, but this function. And only there is one tricky case. Next member might be on another page. How to check if let's here just do a sketch. +1. If we will stay on the same page, we can safely write next pointer. So this is the fix, basically 4 lines of code. What's interesting about it is that we still have a room for error. So in real fix, I have else branch, which is dealing with next page, but there are a lot of code for edge case of edge case of edge case and etc. Sometimes we have to consult with next page that doesn't exist yet, and we have to allocate it, thus writing it with zeros and all that stuff. But if we
So,
just leave edge cases aside, we can go with this.
yeah, I kind of that's interesting. I like this that you know what you're saying and looking at this on the same page number. The problem is on the recipient side, if the page size should still be the same size. So,
Yes,
right,
it
our
should.
risk only exists then on the recipient end if if there's a page number exceeding this one right when this process starts already.
Mhm.
Right? Okay, good.
Okay,
That's interesting.
let's try to run test again. I will do it on my own because I don't know.
That's good. We only have a couple minutes before I think we have to jump off.
Yeah, makes sense. Make check. Let's see that we fixed it.
And yeah, I'll say something elsewhere. Cool.
I mistyped proof tests, but it will run tests anyway. Now tests have to finish in 10 seconds or so. Yeah, success. We have a fix that the test on certain and a fix on certain. So we know that all production
Versions.
have these versions have this bug.
And this fix, like you said, previous ideas, they are not mergeable to all the branches, right?
This
What-
fix is mergeable.
This one is good. Yeah, this is what I wanted to
Yes, this
clarify.
is well.
It's
I
local,
once
right? It's local.
said so yes,
It's not.
it only affects how
Yeah.
we redo all. Probably
That's
we will
great.
review it more, but we tried it in many different versions now. Actually, I have to backport it on 17.2 because original reporter Dmitry sent a report for 17, and
Yeah, we just
the fix is not easy to cherry pick there. So I have to
That's why
write it
cursor
in
helped, right?
Yes, I hope so. The cursor will help me to do it.
Yeah, that's like absolutely mind-blowing session, Andrey. Like hardcore,
Yeah.
super interesting. Also related to topics we touched. I touched recently. Michael and I touched with Metronome team on Postgres FM. Different, but very different. Yeah, but it's super interesting. So I hope this probability of bug is still very low. Only huge setups
Yeah.
encounter it, but with fix it will disappear. That's great. Yeah, thank you. Enjoyed a lot.
Thank you, guys. Thanks
Yeah,
everyone for watching this.
until next time. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye. Great stuff.